Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Doodles. Now, a lot of you guys have probably been hearing over the last few days about the controversy that has been going down about FaZe Sway and Whistles cheating during a cash tournament on Fortnite. Now, all of this came to light a few days ago when apparently they teamed on a small streamer called Sours during the cash tournament. Now, Sour posted this on Twitter and he said, "Just got teamed on by FaZe Sway and Whistles in the cash cup. Is this acceptable in competitive? This sort of thing really puts me off." And now I'm going to show you the clip now. It's already got over 783,000 views. This is blown up. Ninja's talking about it, Chap's talking about it, Miss talking about it, and so many more people. So let's just roll this clip now. Let's sort of get the context and let's see what all of this situation is about.
Say it ain't so, brothers. He was literally trying to help, and then he's like, "Oh shoot!" He's like, I got him! Get away! Go! Get away from me!" "Oh, okay. I'll see you later, bro. Good luck. Have fun."
Now, what do you guys think? Do you guys think this is teaming or do you guys think it's not? Now, this is a very, very tough one. It's a fine line, in my opinion, trying to figure out which way to sort of go on this one. Because in my opinion, yes, I do think it's teaming, but I don't think it's teaming in the same way that a lot of us think it's teaming, where it's like two people playing solos together, trying to help each other out. They're both sort of going for the kills at the same time. They're wandering around together, basically taking out people 2v1. It's not teaming in that same regard, but FaZe Sway definitely left Whistles alone, and he even admitted it, which we're going to get to a little bit later on. When he realized it was Whistles in this 1v1 against Sour, he decided not to get involved after he knew that Whistle was safe and had got the kill. Now, in my opinion, that does kind of make it teaming, because he should have actually killed Whistle, or at least engaged in that 1v1 with Whistle after it. If it wasn't Whistle that was fighting Sour, he would have went into that box and he would have tried to get that kill, and obviously the guy who killed Sour would have also been going for FaZe Sway. So these guys are clearly two friends. They were actually in a Discord call together. They were talking to each other during this, which obviously also cements the fact that they were potentially teaming, because these guys were communicating during this fight and they were able to talk to each other and obviously communicate that, by the way, this is me in this fight, don't come and kill me. So yeah, it's a very sticky situation, I think, and it's a really tough one that could go either way, because it's kind of teaming, but it's not teaming in the traditional sense. But I don't know, it's really, really confusing in my opinion. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that this is teaming? Do you guys think it's not as big of a deal as it's blown up? I'd love to know your thoughts. But now we're going to get into what some of the pros on Fortnite say, as well as FaZe Sway. Now, yesterday, FaZe Sway put out a tweet and it said, "About yesterday, I was on a call with friends while playing, and after realizing it was Whistles fighting, I chose to leave. I shouldn't have changed what I was doing because it was a friend. I never had an intention to team up on anyone, so I wanted to clear the air. I'm sorry, I really didn't mean to do anything wrong, but will accept whatever repercussions come my way." So obviously FaZe Sway has openly admitted that he basically didn't engage with Whistles because he knew it was his friend, and in hindsight he shouldn't have done it. But I don't really think that's a good enough excuse, because after all, this potentially could have meant the difference between someone qualifying for cash and someone not, because obviously now FaZe Sway and Whistles did place better based on this event. Obviously, if one of them had died early on, they might have lost points, which could have pushed someone up in the rankings, which meant that they earned a little bit more cash, or even some cash altogether. So potentially this situation has caused some people to miss out on cash when they would have got it otherwise. So that does kind of suck, in my opinion. It's a pretty unfair thing for FaZe Sway and Whistles to be doing. And I'm not the only one that thinks this as well. This has been going down on Twitter between a lot of the Fortnite pros and content creators. And now on FaZe Sway's post, where he openly admitted to being in a Discord call with one of the players in the game and obviously helping each other out and not killing each other, Innocence actually admitted to it as well publicly. He said, "To be honest, everyone is exaggerating this. Every time I'm playing a cup, I'm in a call with me and Ghost Assault. So if we see each other, we don't try to ruin each other's games. So we just leave and swing our pickaxes. But in this situation, situation, I could see why people might think otherwise. So Innocence actually openly admitted to doing exactly the same thing as FaZe Sway is doing, which in my opinion is not a good move to be doing, because if any repercussions come back on FaZe Sway for this, they definitely have to be going after Innocence as well. Now after this had happened, Ninja had quote tweeted linked with Chap saying, "I know how fun and cool it might seem to be in a Discord call with your homies in solo cash cups, but there has to be more professionalism." Now after this, a guy named Steven had replied to Ninja and he said Innocence just confessed in FaZe Sway's post that he doesn't fight his teammate Ghost Assault if they are in the same game by swinging their pickaxes while talking in a Discord call. So easy to cheat in online tournaments for Fortnite. And then Innocence actually replied and said, "The F you want me to do? Ruin my duel's chances to make money on the cash cup? I'm not a weirdo or a lame, I'ma just let him do his own stuff." And then Ninja replied and said, "That ain't it, Chief," which I 100% agree on. Now obviously we've all got friends, we all have friends in the real world, or we've all got friends that we play online with, we talk online with, and obviously we don't want to see bad things happen to them. If they have the opportunity for success, obviously we want them to go for it, and we don't want to be the ones that stand in the way of them achieving it. So you can kind of see where the loyalty side lies, with the fact that obviously they don't want to ruin their chances, but this is a tournament. It is meant to be solos, and solos means solos, every man's for himself. It's you versus everyone. So regardless of whether it's your best friend, whether it's your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, anyone, if you've got an opportunity to take them out in the cup, then in theory you should be doing just that, because that is the whole point of the game. Now all of this stuff angered Ninja so much that he actually made a video on Twitter talking about it. First up, he said, "My thoughts on the teaming / cheating in online cup situation. It's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, it is up to Fortnite to mitigate this as much as possible." Now we're going to roll the clip, we're going to see what Ninja had to say, then we're going to talk about it a little more.
The fact that there have been 2 pro players in solos who have talked about having some sort of alliance or some sort of way for signaling to their teammates that they're in the same game or that they're that person just goes to show that there's a lot of room for Epic Games and Fortnite to improve their competitive atmosphere in the online cups. Things that they can't really fully regulate like in a normal LAN event. There are certain things that they can help improve, like maybe somehow stopping Discord and solos, which seems obviously a little crazy. I don't think that that's necessarily the answer, but there are players, and there are only a couple of them who have even said anything. There are probably thousands of people in solos and in the duos, in Discord channels, off stream, talking to each other about what game they're in, where they are, and Epic needs to find a way to mitigate that as much as possible, because, obviously, people are going to cheat.
So right, there we go guys. What do you guys think of what Ninja had to say? To be honest, I completely agree with him and pretty much what everyone else is saying in the community as well. Chap responded and said, "In my opinion, a 1-year / permanent bans are necessary when caught cheating because it is impossible to prevent fully." Now, as you guys know, during the World Cup qualifiers, Ziff and Ronaldo fed each other kills in order to place better, and they only got a 2-week ban from the World Cup qualifiers, and then they actually went on and qualified in the World Cup later on. And that shows that Epic aren't really dealing with cheaters at all, because they were able to cheat during a $30 million tournament and then still able to play in the qualifiers later on and then go on to qualify, earning a minimum of $50,000 and potentially $3 million had they won, yet they were caught cheating during that tournament. And then Ninja went on to say, maybe even a fine, just completely blow it up out of proportion so only a complete moron would cheat. And then going back to the Ziff and Ronaldo thing, Lothar got involved and he said, "One would think that maybe, just maybe, a World Cup qualifiers would be a great occasion to put fear into potential cheaters, if only there was a situation like that to make that example." And then Myth replied and he said, "Yeah, you would think that, but then they cheat and only get banned for 2 weeks or mega low." Which Lothar then replied and said, "That 2-week ban only motivated other people to cheat further or start cheating because what, you get a slap on the wrist? I can't think of any other game that has such lenient penalties," which Myth then did agree with as well. And to be fair, he is right. 2 weeks for cheating in a $30 million tournament is really laxed, and to be fair, it was not the right call from Epic in my opinion. But then would it be fair to give FaZe Sway and Whistles a 1-year or even a permanent ban from tournaments or Fortnite as a whole because of this, when they only banned Ziff and Ronaldo for 2 weeks? But if you're only going to get banned for 2 weeks maximum, or maybe you're going to miss out on a couple of small tournaments like this, then why not just cheat? What's it going to make a difference? And I think if Epic don't crack the whip and start cracking down on this whole thing, I think we are going to see a lot more cheating in competitive tournaments, which is potentially going to ruin the competitive side of Fortnite. Now, I'm not aware of whether Chap is on about a 1 year or permanent ban from tournaments, or whether he's on about deleting the account and banning him completely, not allowing him to make any new accounts, basically just ruining FaZe Sway's Fortnite career. I don't know if Liquid Chap is going that far and he wants FaZe Sway's career to be over, or whether he's basically saying just ban him from tournaments for a certain amount of time to basically show that if you get caught cheating, there's going to be serious consequences. And to be fair, I think that would be the best way to go. Like, now I know 1 year is a long time, but essentially you cheated, and by cheating you potentially have stolen money from Epic because you have placed better than you should have, and you've prevented people from maybe placing. So yeah, essentially you are stealing from Epic, and you are stealing prize money because you were not playing the game fair. So I think maybe a 1 year, 6 month, a season, 2 season ban, I don't know, something like that should definitely be implemented for people that have been caught confirmed cheating. Definitely think there should be some sort of bigger punishment than a 2-week ban like we saw with Ziff and Ronaldo, which in my opinion was absolutely insane. Now, there's actually some deleted tweets that FaZe Sway made during this whole situation where he pretty much downplayed it and said that it's not a big deal because it's not a big tournament, which obviously I can't show you because I don't have the actual deleted tweets themselves. So obviously I can only basically tell you the sort of stuff that was said, but it is pretty stupid to say that it's only a small tournament, so it doesn't really matter, because to Sour, someone that is a small creator, this wasn't a small tournament. If he had killed Whistles or Sway during this tournament, this could have really blown him up and really made him, like situations like that have made so many other Fortnite streamers. Back in the day when obviously someone killed Ninja or Tfue, it was a huge deal and that blew them up. And this might have been the thing that could have blown him up. It might still blow him up, obviously, his situation. So because it's not a big tournament to you when you've got your 2 million subscribers, you're making tens of thousands of dollars every month, the fact that even just this guy may be making $600 or $700, this could have really been life-changing. It could have really sort of started his path to become a bigger streamer and obviously make a lot more money. And I think a lot of the reason why it's been downplayed, personally, I don't really want to attack Sway for this, is that he is only 16 years old and he has already been given so much success. Now, he's rightfully earned it, but obviously this is kind of what's happening with a lot of these big creators on Fortnite, is a lot of them are so young now, and you're getting people like Mongrel who's like 14, 15 years old, you got Sway who's 16 years old, and basically they are earning all this stupid amount of money, and basically they are being pushed into that sort of spotlight, which a lot of 16-year-olds can't really handle. And as we've seen in the music and film industry, people that get famous that young don't really understand how to deal with it. And unfortunately, I think a lot of Fortnite creators will probably end up going down the same route, that basically he doesn't see $1,000 as a big deal anymore, yet $1,000 to any other 16-year-old on the planet will be like winning the lottery. And it's absolutely insane that basically they're getting to this point where they don't see that as a big deal because they're already getting that rich and famous. But it wasn't that long ago that FaZe Sway would have been in the same sort of position that Sour is in now. A small creator, not really known, just got a little bit of a following, sort of gotten a few people watching his videos, watching the stream, stuff like that. But now, obviously, he's completely blown up. He's one of the biggest up-and-coming creators. He is arguably one of the most talented people in FaZe. He's one of the most talented controller players there is out there. And I think at that age, which, to be fair, we were all 16 years old once if you are over 16. Now, if you're an adult, obviously you guys remember, at 16, 15, 14, you can't remember what happened last week, never mind what happened a year ago and sort of position you were in a year ago. Back when I was like 15, 16, obviously you have your little childhood crushes, you fancy your girl and that she breaks your heart, you think it's the worst thing in the world, life's over, and then a week later you forget that that was even a thing. And it's sort of, it's what it's like with these guys. Obviously they forget about the time when they were grinding it out and they were small creators. They just sort of live in the here and now, and obviously now they're big, they're famous, and none of that stuff beforehand matters, and they don't sort of relate to how people in that sort of position that they were once in might see this event. Now, obviously, that's probably why you also see such a different sort of viewpoint from the likes of Ninja. Ninja is about the same age as me, give or take. I think he's like 28, 29. I'm 29. We're not as wet behind the ears as the likes of the Mongrels, the FaZe Sways of the world, the Boogers. Obviously, all the young kids that have really blown up and really made a whole lot of success at a young age. We're not wet behind the ears. We have more life we've experienced in them, so we do see things in a different light. And I think that's the difference between the sort of older generation of creators like Ninja and obviously the up and coming ones like the Mongrels, the Sways and the Boogers, is that obviously we've been around the block a few times already, so we've got a completely different perspective of it. So for that reason, my perspective on this might be a lot different to your perspective, so I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. But I hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this insight and my opinion on the whole FaZe Sway situation. But I'd love to know what you guys think should happen to FaZe Sway, if anything, with the fact that he's potentially being caught teaming during a cash cup. And if you guys did go and enjoy this video today, make sure that you drop a like on it and also subscribe and notifications on, because that will show that you guys enjoy this type of content, then I will make more of it. And if you are stuck for a supporter creator to use, maybe you're not using one already, or maybe want to give someone else a chance, my code is Doodles. You don't have to use it, but if you do, obviously every time you buy a skin or an item in Fortnite, they'll kick back a little bit of the revenue to help grow the channel even further. I also stream over on facebook.com/Doodles Gaming if you want to check out what I do on stream. I don't always play Fortnite, I play a lot of other stuff as well. But if you want to go maybe hang out with me sometime, I am over on Facebook at the Doodles Gaming page. And on that note, that is going to wrap up the video, guys. So my name is Doodles. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.